Hi, this is Judy from the Huron County Community Library, and today I'd like to show you how to make transparent stickers or labels. So a couple projects we've already done is, and what I'm going to show you today is a pet treat jar from a recycled container, and we're going to make the stickers to put on this. And something we've already done before at the library is this glass yogurt container, and we put some little stickers of birds and the word hope on the back, and used a battery operated candle to put in there. So the supplies we're going to need today are a recycled container. This is a really good project if you have anything that tape will stick to, you can use for this project. Mine had some numbers written on the top, so I just took a piece of scrapbook paper and glued to the top of it. We also need packing tape, and we're going to need some images to use on our container. I just typed these out and used different fonts and printed those out on a Word program. And these are pictures of some dogs that I'm going to use. You can get lots of images from Pinterest. Just type in free printable images, free printable dogs, or whatever you're looking for. Be sure you don't use a copyrighted image when you're doing a project like this. We're also going to need some kind of a card, a credit card or something. We're going to do some rubbing with that, scissors, and some water. So to start with, I'm going to take my images, print them out on a laser printer. It needs to be on a laser printer for this to work. It's going to transfer the ink onto our packing tape. So I'm just going to roughly cut out my image. And you want to make sure it fits onto your packing tape. You don't want a picture bigger than the size of your tape. And then I'm going to take my packing tape. I've got the sticky side up. Pull it out here. And I'm going to put the colored part of my image down on the sticky part of the tape. That's very important. Not going to work if you don't do it that way. And then I'm going to trim around the image. I'm going to trim the white part off. If you don't quite get all the white part off, it's not going to really show once we get finished. You do want to make sure all that sticky tape is cut off. And once I get this trimmed off, I'm going to put it in my little water bath here, and I'm going to let it soak for a minute or so. And then that paper is going to be wet. We do have one step before that, and that's where the credit card comes in. I want to make sure all that ink has transferred onto my tape. So I'm going to lay it down here, and with my credit card, I've got the picture side up. I'm just going to rub and make sure that is really adhered to the tape. And that's transferring the ink from my image onto the tape, and that's going to make our sticker. Okay, now I'm going to put it in the water. Let that soak for about a minute. And I do want to say something about scissors while we're waiting for that to soak. If you're a crafter or a sewer, I always have 2 pairs of scissors at least. One good pair I use to cut fabric only. And I've got a really nice pair here that's spring-loaded. So I only have to push down when I'm cutting, and then the spring pushes it back up. So it's really easy on your hands if you're doing a lot of cutting. But I never use these to cut paper because it really dulls the blades if you cut paper with your fabric scissors. So I have an old pair of scissors here that I'm using to cut my tape and my paper with. So I think our sticker's been in the water long enough, so I'm going to take him out. This is a little bit messy part. So now you can see the paper's wet. So I'm very gently going to start rubbing my fingers over the paper, and it's going to start rolling up and coming off the sticker. It's a little messy. You want to be gentle with it. Now I've found that not 100% of the ink adheres to the tape, so you can see on my project here that we're doing today. But it'd be a good way to label anything also. If you've got a jar of paper clips or sugar canister and you need a label, you could just print out the word, stick it on some tape and soak it in some water and rub the paper off. So you can see it's coming off. Now I might put it back in the water again and leave it a little longer because I want to make sure I get all that paper off. Even if you just get your fingers wet, it helps. Now you can see I'm getting that final layer of paper off. It's going to be shiny. So basically I have here is a piece of packing tape with the ink from my image on it and all the paper gone. So I've got him just about done. So once you've done that, you just want to lay it sticky side up, and believe it or not, the tape is still going to be sticky after all this rubbing and soaking. And I would lay him over on the paper towel. I've got one I've done earlier. So there's my little dog that I've already done, and I'm going to stick him on this one I've already started. And so it's just like tape then. Sticks to wherever tape would stick to. And you really do want to use a good quality packing tape, or it's going to be frustrating to work with. So there we go, our transparent stickers. See you again soon.